anybody to make the decisions that benefit our town. We just pray, Lord, that you be with each of us as we make these decisions. Be with our service people, Lord, who are in harm's way tonight. These things we pray in Jesus' name.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Where are you? Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see, have a roll call.
Alderman Bishop,
Here, please.
Alderman Collier,
Yes,
Mayor Graham,
Here.
Vice Mayor Jernigan,
Here.
Alderman Hoss,
Here.
Alderman Sandich.
Okay. Reports.
For the month of August, 255 complaints, 6 incidents, 3 accidents, 5 offense reports, 11 citations, 19 animal complaints, and 7 code enforcement. Logged 2,256 miles.
Only question I have, Dave, is who's going to report on the animal control?
Separate one for animal control.
Well, we need it on something.
I've got the animal complaints at the bottom.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see it now.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, Bob.
The month of August report for Public Works on the garbage residential was 94.69 ton, commercial was 10.51 ton, brush truck was 26.36 ton, and the dump trailer was 7.07 ton. Animal control had 3 cats, Liberty Lumber $56.77. Lowe's was $151.97. That was for the covered bridge. Cox tractor was $97.88 for some deck wheels for the Skag mower, and Co-op was from Oil Mix, and Mark's Auto was $405.53.
Okay. Let's see, the sewer report's in there if you want to look it over.
But what about the trouble we had with Rick Stewart's?
Well, so far, of course, we just got him back online again just a little bit ago. But, he's paying for all of it. Everything's his fault. He's gonna have another bill today.
Yeah, he's paid for the pump and now he's gonna be charged with Roger Perky coming out and fix that electrical issue. And so he's gonna have to pay $400 to, because the town paid Roger Perky today $400. So, Rick Stewart's gonna have to pay us that $400.
Is that for pumping?
Well, he's already paid for the pump. He
No,
came-
pumping.
Pumping.
We'll have to pay.
Yeah, he paid them. Superior.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Superior Septic, he paid for that, and so,
Okay. Well, I hope the heck he learns his lesson for paying all this stuff.
The pump issue for behind the country store, that pump was under warranty. So they sending us a new pump back to replace the pump that we put in
Okay,
Good.
over there on the last one.
okay. Rick's bill also will have to include Tony's hours.
right,
Okay,
Yeah.
there you
yeah, he got charged that,
go.
right.
ordinance,
and do it and accept the reports.
oh yeah, y'all need a motion and second to accept the reports.
Make a motion.
Motion by Warren. Second by Randy. Everybody in favor of accepting the reports, do so by saying aye.
Aye.
There's no old
Go on
business.
the best side. Backwards.
The minutes.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what, we could just go ahead and approve the minutes. That's, you've got a copy of the minutes from, August meeting. I need a motion in a second, whenever you're ready to do the minutes.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion by Tim. Second by Randy. Okay. Everybody in favor of approving the reports as heard, do so by saying aye.
All right.
Okay, we'll get down to old business, don't have any old business. I don't know, we need, okay, we've got an ordinance to regulate the collection of refuge from non-residential establishments. And I think we need to make a decision on how we're gonna charge.
Let's decide, have a workshop, and discuss that. If you think if we do,
Probably.
we can do the first reading on that, and then at the workshop, we can discuss something. I mean, it don't matter to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, see you in the first workshop.
Yeah, if everybody wants to look over this ordinance on this collection, non-residential garbage, go ahead and do so. And we need to pass first reading.
I have a quick question for you, Joe. If, let's say, this gives the public works director right to turn it down, correct? What if, do they have any recourse of appeal to the board if a grievance set up in this?
It does not. Basically, at the work session, there was a general discussion of some of the issues. And I just tried to incorporate as talking points as many of those as I could into ordinance format. I was trying not to make the decisions, for the board. I mean, I was just pointing out, that's one thing you could do. You have to make a decision about whether to charge, and if so, for what. You're gonna charge for the pickups, are you gonna charge for any extra services? There was some discussion, what if there's bags laying around the container? What are we gonna do about that? Leave them, pick them up and throw them in the collection vehicle and charge them for the extra time that someone has, those are all the decisions that the board really needs to make. I tried to put a list there of things that we wouldn't pick up. But if there are additional things, or some of those that are not an issue in Surgoinsville, we'll delete things or add things, as desired.
Do do we have a catch-all in the city policy anywhere that gives them a grievance to come to the board?
No,
No?
but that's something you could incorporate, that, there would be an appeal to the board. You know, that, it becomes an issue, of practicality if the, public works director in the field at the site decides this container is between two trees, and there's not enough distance to back up, to pick this up if it's not properly stationed or something about it. You know, what is the board gonna review?
Well, we've had,
That was my next question.
we've had situations like that already. I mean, you know, we've had situations where it's hard to back up to a certain spot because of the way things are situated.
I mean, that's-
It'd be the same thing.
I mean, it's whatever the board wants to do. You can have an appeal, but if the person on the scene sees it, what is it that you're gonna ask, people to review? That's the hardest part. You know, people like to appeal to the board, and have the board make a decision. But are you gonna actually go out and look at that site and make an independent judgment, or are you gonna rely on what the public works director tells you to begin with?
And see, again, we've already had, just like, we've had garbage cans that's so big and so heavy, two people couldn't pick them up.
Well, that's,
Garbage in the truck, so they leave it.
well, you have a regulation now that has a maximum weight. The
Yeah.
problem is no one has a scale with them. So it's an argument about whether it's 60 pounds or 55 pounds of total weight. I mean, it would not shock me to find someone with a 350 cubic inch Chevy short block tossed in.
Uh,
I didn't hear
But in answer to your question, Alderman Colley, we can put a provision in to provide an appeal.
Well, of course, too, we've always allowed people, if they've got a complaint, to come before the board.
Well, you've always done that.
But I agree with what Randy's saying, too.
Well, this is something we can work on. We're gonna be working on it again anyway, next workshop.
We can ask for language to be put in.
Right, this
Before the
is first reading, and hopefully the board will have an opportunity at a work session, or perhaps two, maybe even to get some input from some of the apartment complex, maybe some other commercial users. And by the same token, things like at the bank, they might not even need a dumpster.
Well, I checked with the bank, and theirs is one big, huge contract for theirs, for all of theirs.
It's corporate things.
Well, I mean, that's provided for in here, that you don't have to use the town's service.
Right. Okay.
I make a motion to pass on first reading.
I'll say,
Second call. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Jernigan,
aye.
Alderman Haas,
Aye.
Alderman Bishop,
Yes.
Alderman Collier,
Aye.
Mayor Green.
Yes.
There was something we brought up here the other night, the other day at the workshop, and you had already left, was the, you told me we needed that?
Maternity leave.
Maternity leave call for the men.
Paternity leave. It's called, for our guys, it's called paternity leave.
Paternity.
With a P, instead of an A.
Parental leave. If that's a policy that,
We don't, as far as I know, we don't have a policy.
We don't.
But it's being used other places, so we probably need to approach it.
we can look and see what some other, probably the thing to do is to, seek, MTS, I'm trying to remember the fellow's name that took over.
Travel special?
No, that's accounting. The general advisor, see if there's a MTS recommended personnel policy on it and just take a look at the MTS recommendation.
Is his name Bishop?
No, Travis is finance.
Oh, okay. All right.
He just took over, he's out of,
He was at Mount Carmel last meeting, wasn't
yeah, he was. The fellow that had been there for years and years and years and worked out of Johnson City. And I just can't remember where his replacement is works out of. But it's a local area person. And if you want, I can contact him and get MTS's recommendation on.
Of course, it's covered under Family Leave Act too, isn't it?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it covers everything. But you really would want to have a policy that is attuned to what Surgoinsville does.
So we need to work on that workshop. And that-
I'll get MTS model and we'll take a look and see what Surgoinsville wants to do.
Okay. Okay. I will bring up, well, let me talk about the festival. We just had the Riverfront Festival. And I think it was a huge success. Got a lot of good comments about it. At the booth, the car show, sale of t-shirts, we took in a little over $5,500. So it was very good. It was, I was very pleased with it. And very minimal amount of trouble. I think they had to break up a couple fights maybe, I'm not sure what they had. I don't think, was it, John?
Wasn't nothing major, no.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a good festival. It was a good crowd those days.
They had a big break-in up at, Tiny Giant? And they caught them at the Riverfront Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and they stole lottery tickets.
Oh, that's real smart.
Anyway, other things to tell you about, of course, y'all may already know, but First Community have announced that they're gonna close this bank out here in December. I think December 16th.
I've been expecting that.
You can't get people to work, that's what they'll start doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to, talk with, the people at the bank. I've got a call into them. Hopefully maybe talk with the board. I don't know if it'll happen or not. But I'll have a talk with them, see what's going on. See if anything can be done on our end. Maybe reverse it, I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, the other thing, Comptroller's office did not approve our budget. Our audit is not complete, and so we've got that to deal with. We're pretty certain we can have the audit done within probably 30 days or less. And, any problems that, we have, I think, will be rectified. Anyway, our goal was to, get with Mickey, and we were hoping to complete 21 and 22 by December. But, anyway, something happened on Mickey's end somewhere, anyway, the 21 didn't get done, and, in other words, not complete, and until it is complete, so our budget's not been approved by the Comptroller's office. Anyway. And, oh yeah, we had talked about at a workshop about purchasing a tractor, and Bob had brought all the information, and, that's what's here, right, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is, New Holland. And the total cost is $34,000. Anyway, it's a New Holland Workmaster 60 tractor. Got a loader and a bucket, pallet forks, and of course it's set up in the shipping included in the price of it. So anyway, it's $34,000 is the deal. And so also this is on Surgoinsville, so we don't have to bid it all. So we can purchase it. I need a motion and a second to approve the purchase of this tractor. This to replace an old tractor that we have that we need to move.
I've got a question again.
Okay?
If they've not approved their budget, are we acting on a continuing budget on last year's numbers?
We're operating on the budget that was adopted by the board. The approval, the only, excuse me, the only slap on the wrist, if you will, is that they haven't approved the budget. That's not to say that we're not operating lawfully.
I'll make a motion that we purchase this tractor, and when this tractor comes in and operational, that James puts the old one on, gov.deals.
Okay.
We'll decide on a price. It don't hurt to ask too much, you can always come down.
That's true.
Okay. I got a motion, Bob. I'll need a second.
I'll second.
Second by Warren. Roll call vote.
Alderman Bishop,
Yes.
Alderman Hoss,
Yes.
Alderman Collier,
Yes.
Mayor Graham,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jernigan.
Okay, motion's carried, so.
I guess the next question, where we gonna get the money out of, just the general fund, or?
Just out of general fund. Yeah, of course, we just brought up the last meeting, but, our budget's very healthy.
If If you take out the grant money, because currently with the grant money, we have over $700,000 in the general fund. If you take out the grant money, that leaves us around high $400,000 in the general fund without the grant.
Does that include the,
ARPA money.
no, the baby doe money?
I wasn't speaking of the opioid settlement,
Okay.
just the grants itself taken out, which is that 251,000 we have currently, plus that 34,000 that we got at the beginning of the fiscal year last year. It leaves us over a high $407,000 in the general fund.
Okay. Well, that's, like I said, that's, our finances are very healthy, and here we are getting close to October, so,
Yeah, tax season will start
Yeah.
October 1st.
so we're in good shape as far as that goes.
The board probably needs to amend the budget to pay for the tractor.
Yeah.
Now, I mean it now, or?
No, we need to prepare a budget amendment ordinance, and present it to the board at the next meeting,
Yeah,
rather than let these things go on
Right.
to
That's fine.
June.
we were gonna try to have that ready by October BMA to have that budget amendment.
Yeah, I don't have anything else unless someone else
Was
does.
you gonna discuss the,
One other thing, Mayor, I mentioned to you that when Lane Engineering was here, there were a couple of issues that needed further inquiry that the board wanted done, to look at the main meter with Church Hill, to look at how we are monitoring the meters in the individual homes, and a couple of other miscellaneous issues. There's should be a separate miscellaneous, I guess, on-call agreement between the town and the engineering firm, that the board should authorize the mayor to execute, that whenever you need an additional inquiry on one of those aspects of the sewer project, you can just ask, rather than have to go through a lot of hoops.
Okay,
It'd be just, I guess, authorize the mayor to execute an agreement for on-call services with Lane Engineering.
okay. Oh, yes, and we do have, I talked with Superintendent Matt Hickson, and I'll be meeting with him Thursday at 5:30 here at City Hall to start a conversation again about the I&I at the schools. So, let's see, I think Chris Christian, he said would be here, Matt Hickson will be here, and I think James, maybe Joe, I'm not sure, then there'll be a few of us to meet with Matt and start discussing all of this.
Just curious, what problem y'all having?
Pardon?
What problem are y'all having? Just curious.
There's some infiltration of stormwater getting into the sewer system.
Oh, okay.
The cost is gonna be
Yeah, it's an
much less
ongoing,
than
and it's been
Yeah.
going on for several years. And I also talked with
Yeah,
Chance
it's
Lane,
probably more like 70.
and due to the Comptroller's decision, I talked with him, and he said that the loan for the garbage truck's locked in, and there won't be a problem whenever the audit's done, we can get back on that. There is an avenue for that, so.
decision on authorizing the mayor to execute the on-call agreement with the engineers.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, everyone in favor of that motion, do so by saying aye.
Right.
Okay. And before you go, Matthew Lane did have a contractor down here today, and they were looking at where the flow meter's going, and getting some information off of that and so on, to get that started. Anyway, I explained that to Matt Hickson, and that's part of what we're gonna be talking about Thursday, so.
I wasn't here at the work session, but where we at on hot box?
I ain't heard a thing.
Okay.
He didn't give you no idea of it.
No, he's supposed to call me back. We did decide on the color, and I hope orange is okay.
Well,
I mean,
I got an orange shirt.
well, I could've,
Florida shirt either.
I could've went with, you know, any color I wanted, but, you know,
Yes,
since the town is, Surgoinsville is Eagles,
Call
orange,
him, call him and let us know what he decided on possible delivery date.
yeah, he was supposed to have done that already. Last I talked to him, and I've not heard nothing from him. Me and Pam was talking about it the other day, if she had heard anything, and she hadn't, and I hadn't heard nothing either, so I'll buzz him tomorrow.
We can get a big U and a big T.
No, we ain't gonna go, we'll put an eagle on there.
Yeah.
I'm no football fan, so.
in Stuart Lane, I noticed where Lauren comes back around on Sept, one of the homeowners there with the asphalt had broke up in chunks like that, they had dug them up and laid them in the road.
I seen that today.
Okay.
I did, I saw it
Yeah,
today.
we might want to get them out of the way before we get something said to us about it.
Yeah, and all the gravel in 2 places I seen.
Somebody needs to remind Rita of the hole that they put in the road right here at the car wash.
Yes,
That needs to be fixed. That's been 2 months now.
well, also Stuart Lane is along Lauren Drive, also there's 3 down there.
Okay.
I seen a lot of stuff today that, before I rode the trash truck, I seen a lot of stuff that the water department has done, and it needs to be fixed. I mean, I've noticed some, but
Yeah. Hey, it's all over town. All over town.
and I'll get with her tomorrow too about Creek Road. You know, we talked about maybe they's gonna put a new water line in. I'll try to get with her tomorrow and see for
They've
sure
been
on
saying
that.
that for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, I know they put in for a line on stage here, T-deck, and it was a 2-inch. 2 inch is gonna handle a fire hydrant.
No. Take a
Fire
seat.
hydrant is minimum 6, yeah,
Yeah.
minimum 6.
My gosh.
Yeah, one other thing, we've got a lot of good comments about the bridge, the walking bridge. So, these guys did a good job painting it, and, we got a lot of good comments about that.
Matter of fact, there was a wedding on it, same day we had the festival. And they said with the bridge painted that like that, it turned out great.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I guess I got as many comments about, my word, we thought she was gonna paint that bridge white. And I said, no, that's primer. So it turned out good. Yeah, I had one lady stop and said, you're not leaving that bridge like that, are you? I was proud of it, it was good. That's all I have.
So, when they're supposed to start paving, I know they're out here working on it, so.
They're at the end, they've got the equipment in,
Ain't no doubt, now this end,
out at the very end.
where are you out there next to the Ricky Knox out there? Okay. I figured
Next
they'd get
few
ready to
days, yeah.
I figured it was getting ready to close, but I seen where they patched a couple more again.
They started sweeping today.
Greater today.
Yeah. I know out there on the bridge right
But
there,
they're edging this morning or
Yeah.
something.
down there
so-
by Sherman, they put rock down around that, 2 pieces of guardrail right there.
Well, they put us for new.
Huh?
They a new car.
Well, the new guardrail,
Yeah.
well, and rock, they put both in there.
Right here at the country store, James, where we had that sinkhole in the road, have they done anything to that yet? I hope they know they gotta work on that, or they're gonna pay them.
Yeah, I'll try to catch that T-Dot guy tomorrow and let him know about that.
Okay.
I think they're starting at that.
Came on this way, I know I come down the road the other day, and I said on the road work signs up, like, and it stopped right there, at the other end of Main Street, and I was like, you're already paid.
They've got all their equipment up there now.
Okay.
They're not gonna chip it, they're just gonna,
Paid. I say, that's where you save your money at now, when you get somebody come in and grind it up, you get to rerun, it's cheaper than the new, so.
They gonna put down new paper?
Yeah.
You have a new roof in front of your house. Yep.
You won't allow that, you can. I was sitting there thinking about that, if we get, eventually get to do certain things, we'll have to put speed bumps in there, speed tables. Pick one dirt creek.
we had, before we paid Lions Hill, I tell you, we had a guy come in here and wanted us to do the front end liner. It was that bad. I mean, it was, Right, if we paid it, he wanted to put his feet
It's
up.
right beside the pharmacy, in that building there.
Well, there's fire trucks, we won't talk about. Boy, this one was there, he had a truck, he busted the oil pan on a fire truck.
Oh, hey.
And he was all,
I didn't see it.
I missed out on it, they said it was good.
oh, yeah.
It's that already tore up.
Jeremy?
For a week.